All right, y'all, we are back with another one, man. And this one, we're going to be covering Toshi versus Turbo. That's one of the most common questions that I see in my comment sections. Yo, what do you think of Turbo? How do you feel about this one? Because I always say nothing comes close to Toshi. Nothing, like if you actually dig into something and look deep, nothing is on par with Toshi. And mainly that's because of his positioning with Coinbase and the United States government. How can you be on par with Toshi when that is where you are positioned? So now in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be breaking a few things down that I see and how I'm looking at things. And by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not me telling you for certain what's going to happen and that I know everything. I am very well studied up on the Toshi project. I really just had to look into Turbo. And this is just some of the first things that I see that comes to my mind. So there may be a lot of things about Turbo that I'm ignorant to. So don't take me as the know-it-all source of Turbo versus Toshi. I can tell you a lot about Toshi. You know, I do that. But when it comes down to Turbo, this is just some of the first key things I personally look for. Now, first red flag for me for Turbo. Anytime I go to their website, my security software always blocks some attempt to some other site. Like, and it's the official Turbo site. I've gone to it from the deck screener. I've gone to it from CoinMarketCap. I've gone to it from their Twitter. Anytime I get sent to that website, my security software blocks something. That's not looking good to me. I don't like that. I'm just saying that it could be nothing crazy, but at the same time, no other site that I go to does that. So at the point where I see that, that's automatically a red flag for me. But so yeah, just got to start with that. Like now, and Turbo community, don't be mad. This is just a random outsider giving his opinion. I'm not trying to shit on nobody's investment or anything like that. I mainly talk about Toshi because I believe that it's the best project for this year and it's positioned better than anything else. So if you look at the Toshi's chart, just me looking at the chart, this is on the monthly time frame. If you don't understand how charting works, the monthly time frame, like the higher the time frame, the clearer the picture. So it shows you the trend, it shows you where something is going, it shows you what's happening. Now, if you look on the daily or you look on a 1 hour and things like that, that's moving a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes it's bullish, sometimes it's bearish. It doesn't tell the full story. So the higher in time frames that you go, the more solidified the history is, the more solidified the story is. So when you look on Toshi's high time frame of the monthly time frame, you can see on a monthly time frame, every single month after month, Toshi is leading upward. Toshi is pointing directly to the sky. So that's what I want to stress right here. As you can see, on a monthly time frame, Toshi is aiming straight for the stars. That is how Toshi is going on a monthly time frame. It's called a stairway to heaven. Like that's what they call it in the trading world. So that's what Toshi has going on right here. Like regardless of the Black Swan event, like if you look on this chart, you can't even tell that one just happened. You literally can't tell one just happened because Toshi has not changed its trajectory. That's the strength of the Toshi chart. Now, and I'm not a technical analysis expert either. Now you go over to Turbo, and as you can see, it's heading down. It's like it's a chart heading down right here. Like it's not a very great looking chart, to be honest. It's not and this is on a higher time frame. Now, if you go down to the daily, it may look a little bit more impressive or look like, oh, we finna get ready to reverse or something, but nah, this chart, it doesn't look like it's a bullish chart, like it's something that's gonna take off this year or something that's gonna do something big. It looks like, to me, but I'm not a technical analysis expert, it looks more like a dying chart to me. It looks more like a pretty dying community. And if to also say, if the Turbo that you all are asking me about is is base Turbo, get out of my comments. Like, stop it. Cause yeah, hopefully I'm on the right Turbo, but if it's base Turbo that y'all asking me about, y'all are wilding right now. But let me see, Turbo, let me make sure, like I'll look through, it could be the one on, okay, that market cap is crazy. Anything under $1 million market cap, anything even at $1 million is crazy, to be fair, but under $1 million, I'm not involved in that. Turbo, this picture's not showing up. I would hope that that's not it. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look for the Turbo that it could potentially be. Okay, that's all type of scam right here. All right, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the correct Turbo. If I'm, you know, so if that is the correct Turbo, if that is the correct Turbo that I'm on right now, this is not looking good. Now, what I have noticed, I've looked into some of the things that Turbo has done, and all their huge list of accomplishments, all their listings, the fact that they're on all the exchanges and stuff like that, it does look impressive. That's very impressive. Like if you go to the Turbo's coin market cap, look at this. So you go to the coin market cap, it has all the exchange listings. That does look good. But the problem is, with a lot of projects, when after your exchange listing is your biggest catalyst with most projects. And this is why people were kind of saying that towards Toshi, where it's like, oh, Toshi already had his biggest catalyst, so it's over with. But that's not what Toshi's chart is showing. Toshi's chart is showing something similar to what we saw with Doge, Shiba, Pepe. It's like we see something similar to that, where it's kind of still showing that people are accumulating in preparation that something bigger is about to happen. The Turbo chart isn't showing that same thing, in my opinion. And that's key, because with all these exchange listings and Turbo still going to where it's at, it actually is showing every signal that the exchange listings was the peak. The exchange listing is probably as high as it's going to go, or so yeah. That being said, let's actually go to, let me see the monthly here. Make sure I'm on the, how do I change the trading view? Okay, make sure I'm on the right chart here. Monthly, make sure I'm on the right chart. Make sure it looks the same here, because I don't want to be talking about the wrong. I want to make sure the deck screener is in line with this. It's the same chart, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, but by the way, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a trader. I'm going to be completely fair with my assessment. I'm not a trader. So yeah, this is the same exact chart that I'm looking at here. So this is the right one. Yeah, that doesn't look good to me. And to be fair, because I already know I'm not a trader, I'm going to go into what I put the charts in the AI. I said, which one of these charts are more bullish? I said are more bullish. What does the charts tell you? So I had ChatGPT, my little assistant, look into it as well. Let's break this down technically, psychologically, from a macro investor plus well-behavior perspective. Toshi versus Turbo. Toshi, the first chart, base chain, structure, currently forming a higher low, higher high structure on the monthly. After the large correction, the massive red candle, buyers have fully reclaimed control, multiple consecutive green month candles, volume remains strong and steady, suggesting accumulation, not distribution. Prices climbing back towards the previous all-time high, but with less volatility. Healthy, controlled growth. Interpretation. This looks very bullish. And notice how they put an emphasis on very bullish, especially on a macro time frame. The structure indicates whales are reloading instead of exiting. Whales are not, and we just had, I made my video today was about how a whale bought $1 million worth of Toshi yesterday. Yesterday that happened. So yeah, base chain's positioning plus Coinbase connection gives this a strong narrative floor. If it breaks above 0.001 zone again, it confirms a full reversal, potentially setting up a new all-time high leg. Key signal, strong volume recovery, momentum candles forming, whales visibly re-entering. The $1 million buy confirms accumulation. Conclusion, bullish continuation. Turbo, the second chart, Ethereum mainnet. Structure, series of lower highs and lower lows since the 2024 top. Current monthly candle red again, showing continued weakness and lack of buying support. Volume decreasing, no signs of accumulation, nobody's accumulating it. Market cap is half of Toshi's and liquidity is much smaller. The structure suggests exit liquidity already played out and smart money rotated out. Interpretation, Turbo had its hype run early, but failed to sustain community or institutional energy. Without a strong ecosystem tie like Base and Coinbase, It's not getting new inflows. Chart shows macro distribution, meaning whales exited long ago. Conclusion, it's bearish, range bound at best. So yeah, likely to break all-time high. This is likely to continue on a downtrend. That's what it's saying. So whales are moving from old meme coins like Turbo to infrastructure-backed plays like Toshi on base. And by the way, Toshi has not even had Toshi. We don't have a Binance listing yet. You know, there's still listings that we don't have yet. So the fact that we're looking healthier and stronger and have more whales than a community that has all the listings, it's not a good sign at all. So yeah, the chart shows the rotation of smart money into assets aligned with major ecosystems. Toshi's chart isn't just bullish, it's structurally institutional. So yeah, that's what ChatGPT had to say about it. Then I saw this and I really thought Turbo would spring up to at least 3 cents after the Coinbase listing. When Toshi got listed on Coinbase, Toshi passed Bitcoin and Ethereum in volume. Like Toshi was above Bitcoin and Ethereum in volume when Toshi got listed on Coinbase. Apparently, Turbo's own community was disappointed with his Coinbase listing results. So this is what I'm saying. And if you don't understand, this is the year of institutions, not just random stuff popping off. When it comes down to an institution, it's about where their money is safe, where the whale's money is safe. Like Coinbase is the one, like Brian Armstrong is currently helping with the regulations and legislation and stuff like that coming to crypto. He's involved in that process. So Coinbase and Base is more than likely the safest rail to on-ramp into crypto that there is. Like it's the safest one that exists. And Toshi is directly tied with it. Toshi is literally the face of Base. So at the point where that's where Toshi is aligned, it was already hard to kind of compete with that. And then everybody who comes into crypto is a good chunk of them is more than likely going to come in through Coinbase, which means coming in through Base, which means seeing Toshi and more than likely joining into Toshi. So that's very important. But yeah, I see the activity on like this is the most impressive thing about Turbo, I would say personally, the activity on the post, I guess, that they make. But at the same time, it's not that, like, honestly, engagement can be faked, bought, all type of stuff. So this in itself doesn't say anything. This does not say that there's real interest here. The chart doesn't reflect. I don't believe the chart reflects how lit the community seems to be. So let's look at Toshi. Like Toshi, I mean, outperforming it on every metric by far. And then, but the thing is, matter of fact, I'll just show you mine. Like I talk about Toshi, so we can just go here. Look at how lit my notifications are. Like it's real people. You go to my post and it's real people who actually are engaging. So I know that this is real people. This is real community. Like this is, this is real people. Like this is what, because it's not just Toshi's page getting love, it's my page too, talking about Toshi. So, and it can be, the strength of Toshi can be seen because when I'm not talking about Toshi, it's going to be less viewership. Let me see, where's that at? Right here. No Toshi, no Toshi anywhere here. Look at the engagement. No Toshi anywhere here. So this is my point. The Toshi community slides through. Then we go to Turbo. Let's see. Is it just mainly the Turbo brand getting love? Like, look at this. Okay, 1498. The Turbo, the official Turbo account itself. Of course, that's going to have a higher amount of likes. This was October 27th. Okay, yesterday. Okay, this guy got a little like. So it looks like there's a little community here in Turbo. But honestly, it's night and day with Toshi, though. It looks like there's like 100, a little bit between 100, 150 and 200 people is what it looks like is really active in Toshi. And maybe y'all can get up to 300. But that does this community just doesn't look strong. The project doesn't look strong. So for everything that I've read that it accomplished, even when I was trying to go through the website and stuff like that, it just doesn't look like the a lot of the statistics and the things that I'm seeing does not add up with the level of success and notoriety that this thing has. It's off. It's off. Like some of the numbers I'm seeing don't add up. Some of like a lot of this stuff don't add up. So no, I do not believe that this project Turbo, this is not a project I would go anywhere near. I really haven't seen a green flag that makes me want to jump into this project. I mean, the only green flag I can say is that they're active, but even shitters are active, to be fair. So that's not really a green flag for me. The fact that they're active is cool, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty much, this is a no for me. I think that this is clearly one-sided. To be fair, anything put up against Toshi, I will argue and bet is one-sided. But I would love for you all to send me projects and I could do more breakdowns like this, really going over it, because I'm going to be unbiased. If I see something that's cooking in some area, cooking in some lane, I'm going to be honest about that. But everything that I've seen here is a no-go for me. So yeah, my thoughts on Turbo, personally, I will go nowhere near it. Me personally, I'm going nowhere near Turbo. I would never invest in Turbo. That's not something that I believe is going anywhere. I believe Toshi just has a much higher ceiling. I believe Toshi is aligned with where institutions and the government, in a way that institutions and governments is going to support. So yeah, like the position of Toshi makes it very hard. And honestly, I think that this probably looks worse because I'm coming at it from a lens of knowing Toshi so well. So now Toshi has set a standard when it comes to what I'm looking for. If I was comparing Turbo to some other shitcoin, like Turbo might look attractive, but the problem is the comparison to Toshi. So that's where I feel like the weaknesses really shine very, 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 very clearly. So yeah, maybe it would look better next to something else, but why would I want to downgrade my perspective in a project that's inferior? So it's like, yeah, maybe we do this with some other communities. Let me know if you all want to see me do this with some other communities. Like I said, this is purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to sway anyone's opinion or anything. I'm just trying to show you the big pictures and the things that I'm looking at, the things that I see and care about when I'm choosing where to put my money, because money ain't free. Like we got to work for money. We got to earn money. So I'm not just throwing my money anywhere. It has to make sense. And these are the things I look at that tells me if something makes sense or if it absolutely does not. So yeah. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below, fam. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.